Hi, John Dwyer here, and I own a marketing advisory business called the Institute of Wow, and I'm here to tell you about what I think is probably the most spectacular juggernaut, that's probably the word for it, customer incentive that I've ever come across. And that is a free holiday for your customers. So when they buy something off you, they get a free holiday. And I've had some experience with giving away free holidays, and I'll touch on that in a moment. And that holiday, by the way, that you can provide to your customers in return for buying your products or service that will cost you a lousy $97 is to Bali or Fiji or Phuket or Koh Samui or the Gold Coast or Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane or Vanuatu. We've got about 9 destinations or thereabouts that you can actually give to your customers to choose from, and it's only going to cost you $97. Imagine if you had a 10% discount and you put that on your website, or you put that outside your shop, or bricks and mortar business. Do you think many people would be running in this day and age of Groupon with 50% discount? No. But if you had a $1,000 product, lawnmower or washing machine or solar panels or whatever it may be, and it was say $1,000, $1,200, and you gave away something that was equivalent to a 10% discount, in other words, a holiday that only cost you $97, can you imagine the stampede you would probably get for that? It is the most spectacular customer attraction concept I've ever come across, and we've partnered with a travel company to put this package together, and you're going to learn more about it in just a moment. But beforehand, I'm going to bore you. No, I'm not. Hopefully it won't be boring. Now, I'm bringing up a slide right now to show you the difference between wow factor and woe factor. This happens to be a lolly shop, a candy shop in Sydney, who is a client of mine, and this used to be their logo. It's pretty scary. I said to the owner, it looks like a 4-year-old did that, and he's a good mate, the owner, these days, because we've had a reasonably positive effect on his website. And he said to me, it was done by a 4-year-old. My daughter, who's now 12 or 13 or 14, did that like 10 years ago. I said, right, I would go to a graphic designer. So anyway, this was the outside of his shop before we came along. And inside the shop looks fantastic. Is the International House of Candy. It looks Disneyland inside, but the outside of it, I think I've seen a morgue that looks better than that. The laneway there, I think, was, well, just where he took customers who didn't pay and probably, I'm joking, okay? That was the outside of the shop. Let me show you how good the inside of the shop looked. So you can see inside the shop, it looks fantastic, but the outside of the shop was pretty ordinary. So we fixed it. I decided to Disneyfy it, or wow factor it, if you don't mind me saying, and I'm going to show you now the transformation. That's what it looked like within a couple of weeks of him coming into my environment. Big, big difference between what it was and what it is. That's the logo, okay, a brand new logo that he had, well, we designed for him, which of course, we took away Chucky, the scary little teddy bear, and replaced it with this. Now it looks like the International House of Candy, and you can see before and after. And the reason I'm bringing this up, you might say, well, hurry up, tell me about the holidays. What's this got to do with the holidays? What I'm showing you is the introduction of wow factor and what it can do for your business. By the way, that shop front, I think, cost him $7,000 or $8,000 to put together, and I think he made that money back the next morning. Okay, the what do you call it, break-even point was pretty easy. This is another one of his shops. This happens to be at the entrance in Gosford, and have a look at the impact that a new shop front has had on his business. We haven't sped that up, by the way. Everyone in Gosford, I think, are probably smoking something, so they're running fast into that. I'm joking, okay? We have sped that up. But you can see here that it's like attracting bees to the honeypot. If you have a spectacular shop front, I always say to people that these days their website is their directory of first impressions, but if you're in the retail game, then obviously your shop front plays a significant role. And have a look inside the shop. Can you imagine if you had a retail shop and you had this sort of numbers of people racing through the shop? I think you'd be pretty happy. Wherever do you see a retail shop that busy these days? That's because what we did is that we actually sexied up the directory of first impressions in his instance, which of course is the shop front. How would you like a business where you had this sort of people pouring into your shop on a regular basis? Now, this is an example of what holidays can do to your business. This particular business owner, Darren Peed, his name is an ideal business to have as a client if you're a marketing advisor, because he just does stuff. He has a Wonka bar that he produces, a chocolate Wonka bar, obviously, exploiting the movie. And what I suggested to him that is in every 5 blocks of chocolate, he might want to put a golden ticket in there where people have an entry to win a trip to Disneyland. It has made like a gazillion% difference to his business. And what happened is that I went to the actual drawing of the Disneyland prize, where he had 500 people turn up to his shop. This is in Windsor, New South Wales. It's in a mall, and there's no way that you get 500 people outside a shop on a winter's night, but we did, because we were giving away a trip to Disneyland. About to pull out the winner, and Darren will do that for me. You'll see here we've got a lot of entries in this barrel. And thank you very much for everybody coming here tonight for the chance to win the trip to Disneyland. Who would like to win the trip to Disneyland? I thought you might. Here's the owner of that business, Darren Peed. Very nice of him to give me this lovely testimonial. And no, I didn't pay him a carton of Crown Lager for this. It was very good to say these nice comments about what wow factor marketing has done to his business. Now, keep in mind, a big component, aside from the shop front, was to introduce a new website for him, to actually put him onto online marketing, Facebook and so forth, to encourage him to do Facebook Lives, and also to give away the chance to win a trip to Disneyland. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because there was a holiday involvement that had a significant impact on his trade as well. This is some nice words he had to say.
We have been part of the JD program for more than 12 months now. We've refurbished our storefronts, we've changed our logo, we've implemented quite a few other of JD's suggestions, and the return on the investment has been well and truly worth it. So much so that we've signed up for another 12 months, because I think we've only just really got started of what we can do in our business as far as make changes, implement JD's ideas to generate more customers, more sales, more turnover and more profit. When JD first came to our store and saw our logo, he thought that the logo and the shop front didn't match what was inside the store. Like, once you get inside the store, it was absolutely fantastic. Customers are getting blown away, but the logo and the shop front at the front didn't do justice to the outside. We designed a new logo and a new shop front. We got a shop fitter to come and take the old one down, put up a new shop front, and instantly the whole look of the shop was transformed overnight, and we did do it in one night, from something that didn't match to an absolutely wow factor, blow customers away shop front. Yeah, the whole business has been transformed just by the logo and the new shop front. Being part of JD's program over the last 12 months, we've been able to hang around with JD. We've been introduced to website designers, graphic designers, copywriters that have given us a whole new look at our whole entire business, and we've picked up things that we would never have thought of before we started being part of this JD's WOW program. So it really has been a transformational 12 months in our business in areas that we never even thought of overall. Over the last 12 months, we've had our record, we've got 4 stores and an online business. All of our stores and our online business has had a record year over the last 12 months because of the things that we've implemented being part of JD's program. And this is in an environment where a lot of retailers are closing down, going broke, and their sales are declining. Our sales are actually increasing at a record rate. As everyone knows, Amazon has recently launched in Australia, and a lot of retailers are scared of Amazon. Amazon are taking sales off other retailers are closing. However, being part of JD's program over the last 12 months, we've picked up enough information and enough ideas around customer service, customer experience, to keep our sales growing at the same time when Amazon's taking a lot of other sales. So we believe that being part of JD's program has Amazon-proofed our business, and we think that's only going to improve in the future. I'd strongly recommend getting involved with JD, finding out whatever you can from JD, tapping his vast experience of marketing and wow factor ideas that can transform your business like our business has been transformed. I would have to say that the investment that we've made in the JD WOW program over the last 12 months has been the best investment we've made. What we've implemented, and for the amount of money that we've paid, it's been the best investment we've made. Absolutely game changer for our business.
Okay, so that was nice of Darren to say some nice words about me, and no, I did not give him a carton of beer. Look, before we get on to explaining to you how this free holiday promotion works and how you can get your hands on it, let me just explain to you that there are 5 components to the formula that I have when I'm coaching businesses or consulting to businesses in terms of direct response marketing, and that's the key. It's direct response marketing, not just marketing. And as the name implies, it's marketing on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or radio or TV or whatever it may be that has a direct response. When you put your money in today, you got to know whether it's returning something to you tomorrow. It's not like sponsoring the Brisbane Broncos football team where you think, oh, well, we'll build the brand and eventually they will come, or putting it out on the side of buses or the backs of taxis, all of which I believe for smaller businesses is a waste of time. This is all about investing money into the likes of Facebook today and getting a result tomorrow. It's called direct response. And up on your screen right now is the formula that I've devised for this, that I've been providing to clients over the years. I've called it the Wheel of Wow. I know it's a wanky little name because the acronym, by the way, Wheel of Wow is WOW. You don't get much cornier than that, do you? But the actual client attraction system is anything but corny. You'll see it's got 5 components. Number 1, identifying who your most profitable target audience is, and then just looking for more people like them. So if, for argument's sake, you were selling a very expensive wrinkle cream, you might be looking for women over the age of 40 who live in the upmarket suburbs, who drive a BMW and their kids go to a private school. So therefore they can afford to pay the, whatever the outrageous fee is for your expensive wrinkle cream. So you look for your most profitable customer, you identify your most profitable customer, then you go out and look for more people who look like her. Simple as that. Number 2 in that Wheel of Wow formula is creating a wow factor and taking their eyes off the price. Now McDonald's have been doing that for a lot of years with their Happy Meal, okay? I'm a father of 6 children and they're millennials these days, so they're not children anymore, but when they were young, we had 6 under 12 at one stage in the back of the Trago, and we spent $6 billion on Happy Meals, and I couldn't tell you what a Happy Meal costs because the kids never ate the hamburger. It was all about the free toy. So it's about creating a wow factor to take their eyes off the price onto your free bonus, whatever that may be. And of course, you're not going to get a more spectacular free bonus than a free holiday, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Number 3, use the problem solution formula, which I always use Nurofen or Panadol as excellent examples of that, where they tell you if you've got a headache, just take the tablet and you'll feel good within an X number of minutes, okay? No longer do they show a picture of the box or the tablet. We all know what that is. That's a feature, but it's all about the benefits, giving them their problem and providing them with the solution. The 4th thing in this particular 5-step program is be different online, and I'm being a little bit kind when I say be different online. I'm saying fix your website. Most businesses that I've come across over the years have got an awful website because it's information driven or information focused instead of sales focused. And what we tend to do is show businesses how to create particularly a homepage which is sales focused. Does it have a problem solution headline? Or does it have a benefit driven headline? Does it have an explainer video? Does it have a data capture facility, as in a free report or something that people would download in return for giving you their details? Does it have testimonials? Are they video testimonials? And so on and so forth. There's a whole bunch of things that you need on your homepage to turn your website from an information portal into a sales juggernaut. And the 5th component of my Wheel of Wow is repetitive trade. Okay, having repetitive trade normally means that you should have some form of loyalty program. And guess what? 95% of businesses have absolutely no loyalty program. Guess what? We can provide one to you, and the benefit at the end of that, the bonus at the end of the loyalty program, is a free holiday to Fiji, Bali, Vanuatu, Sydney, Melbourne, Gold Coast, all those sorts of places. So hang with me. I'm going to get there. I know you're probably biting at the bit saying, come on, I want to know about the holiday. I want to tell you the logic behind giving the free holiday as an incentive to your customers before we get onto it. So let me show you some of the really clever companies that have been using incentive-based promotions to not only get people in, but also get them to become sticky. In other words, stick with that particular company. One on your screen right now, of course, you're very familiar with, as I mentioned just a moment ago, McDonald's have had their Happy Meal toy for a long while, or Happy Meal with the toy for a long while. And you'll notice with McDonald's, when they're running a promotion, it's a continuity promotion. You just don't get one toy, you collect a series of 5 or 6 of them, so they get you to actually come back repetitively. Woolworths and Coles have been doing the 4 cents per litre fuel discount for some years, and that's all about creating loyalty and making customers sticky. This is one I did many years ago with Walt Disney, and what we did, we basically produced a poster that you can see on your screen right now, which was a spectacular poster. I think the artwork alone cost me $25,000 at the time. But it's all the Disney characters coming down Main Street, and the deal was that you got that poster with the Sunday newspaper, and with it came 2 free stickers. And you'll see, if you look very closely, there are sticker spaces around the outside of that poster. So when the kids put the first 2 stickers out of, let's say, 100 to collect, you can imagine they were pester powering mum and dad to get more stickers. Well, the only way they could get the more stickers is if mum bought the newspaper every day for the next 3 or 4 weeks, cut out the coupon and took that to a news agency and paid 50 cents for the next stickers, and that's how we made our money. It was quite a spectacular success. I think we sold about 2.5 million sticker packs in 8 weeks, and the profits from that were in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then we did the same thing with dinosaurs. We put out the book with the Sunday newspapers, and they got the first couple of stickers to put in the sticker book, and then of course they had to buy the paper for the next 3 weeks to clip the coupon and go to the news agency to buy my stickers. And that one was quite a spectacular success. We made quite a bit of money over the course of 8 weeks. It was $700,000, pretty successful promotion. The rugby league cards were probably one of my biggest success stories, because Scanlon's Bubblegum, who had them before me, used to just simply think the kids were interested in the bubblegum. No, they weren't. They were interested in the bubblegum cards. And so what we did is got rid of the bubblegum. We just, increased the quality of the cards and made sure that Mal Meninga and Andrew Eddinghausen, all the big stars at that particular time, the images were printed on very high quality cardboard with lots of gloss. And guess what? We took that to a complete new level, because as you can see on your screen right now, the Sunday Telegraph were one of a number of media outlets that we gave free football cards to actually taste test them into the marketplace. And then when they got a taste for it, that is, the kids got 1 or 2 cards out of the Sunday paper, guess what? Pester power. Okay, Mum, Dad, I want to go to the news agency and get the rest of the set. Goodbye, $200 or $300. Okay, that was the sort of, that's on your screen right now. You'll see the sort of imagery of the free giveaways with the various Sunday papers and so forth. Okie dokie, the 3 incentives after doing all of this that I found that works the best. Number 1, it's going to be petrol. Number 2, movie tickets. And number 3, holidays. Why is petrol discounts, why are movie tickets, and why are holidays so successful when it comes to incentive-based marketing? Is because we can't get enough of any of this stuff. Okay, if you give me a refrigerator, I go, look, I've already got one in the kitchen, I've got one in the garage for my beer. No, thank you. Oh, a lawnmower, I've already got a lawnmower. Oh, I'll give you a microwave, I've got a microwave. But if I step down the stairs from a holiday in Fiji and you're standing there with another trip to go back to Fiji, I'll give you a bear hug and go back up the stairs and go back to Fiji. We can't get enough holidays. And that's why a free holiday with whatever you might be selling is going to be universally appealing to both men and women and all ages. Let me show you, I've had a bit of experience with holidays. A company many years ago, called Hotel Check. They were able to secure accommodation at hundreds of hotels around Australia, free if the recipient that took the voucher there had breakfast and dinner at the hotel for 2 people. And I decided to promote that on TV, and I became a joint venture partner with this company, and it went nuts. We put the telephone calls, at that time you'd do it online now, but it was a telephone answering service at the time, ring a certain number to get 10 nights accommodation for $99. We put that through a company called Danos Direct. And if you're toward my vintage, you probably remember that all the Ab Swing commercials and the George Foreman barbecue and all that sort of stuff, the response was to ring up a number which was run by a company called Danos Direct. This Danos Direct said to me that they've never, ever had a phone response to an offer. Out of all the things that they've done with the ab swings and with weight loss programs and the George Foreman barbecue and all that sort of stuff, they've never seen anything like this. It just melted the switchboard. I'll show you a little bit of the TV advertisement that we put together.
Nothing quite like being able to get away from it all, particularly when you can stay somewhere special. Now you can stay in a lovely hotel like this for less than $5 per person per night. It's holiday accommodation with Hotel Check, and it's a fantastic idea. Over 200 hotels around Australia are involved with this brilliant offer, and they are all easy to find in this Hotel Check directory. That's over 200 fabulous holiday properties where you can have a great break for less than $5 for each person for a night's accommodation. Take down the phone number on your screen, because here's the secret. Hotel Check's book of 10 accommodation vouchers. Each one entitles you to a night for 2 in a hotel of your choice. 10 checks for just $99. That's less than $10 a night for a hotel room. You can choose between the fantastic meal deal option or taking your second night free. Meal deal simply means that 2 adults dine in at the hotel for both breakfast and dinner, spending at least the meal deal amount on both meals. As you can see, the prices are very reasonable and are clearly marked for each hotel in the Hotel Check directory. If you prefer to sample some of the local cuisine whilst on holidays, then you can choose to pay for your first night's accommodation, and Hotel Check will give you the second night absolutely free. With this option, you don't have to eat at the hotel. You simply pay for one night and then you use a voucher to get the next night free.
We couldn't believe how many hotels there are to choose from in the Hotel Check program. They're right across the eastern seaboard of Australia and all over the country.
Yeah, remember that last holiday we had up towards the Gold Coast? That was fantastic. We stayed at 3 nights in all different kinds of hotels. It was like a smorgasbord of hotels.
You couldn't even choose which one you wanted.
If it wasn't for the Hotel Check package, we wouldn't be able to afford to take the kids away on holidays. But with the Hotel Check package, we've been able to recently enjoy a week's family vacation on the Gold Coast.
And there's no rush. Hotel Check vouchers last for 12 months, so you can spend a night in 10 different places or several nights in one. With your favourite holiday destinations featured, including the Gold Coast, Cairns, the Hunter Valley, Blue Mountains, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and other capital cities. Get out your credit card and call 1300 737 300, and within 10 working days you'll receive 10 Hotel Check vouchers, one for each night's stay, plus the Hotel Check directory with over 200 fabulous holiday destinations and special offers. 10 checks for just $99. That's less than $10 a night for a hotel room. So if you're planning a holiday or if you just need a break, call 1300 737 300 and make the most of this incredible opportunity.
Okay, so let me tell you another big client this time around who certainly experienced a lot of value, extraordinary value, out of giving away a free holiday and taking their consumers' eyes off the price. And it's on your screen right now. Happens to be my major client from some years ago called the Greater Building Society. And what they did is that they gave up their honeymoon rate in return for giving away a free holiday. And this is what it looked like. You'll see there, that's the front of one of the brochures. Enjoy no bank fees and a free holiday. Just swap your home loan from those nasty banks across to us. We're really nice people. We won't charge you all those fees and charges. And guess what? We'll give you a free holiday. And I'll show you one of the TV ads, and this just melted the switchboard. It took their home loans to just through the stratosphere. Let me just show you how it was done.
We're all going on a summer holiday.
We stayed at the Brits on Broadbeach, and as I said, it was just wonderful. We opened the door and there it was, right over the beach and right over the city lights, and we couldn't believe our eyes, really.
Get a home loan from the Greater Building Society and choose yourself a free holiday. No catches, no competitions. Call the Greater on 13 13 86.
For me and you.
And we had a bit of fun with this as well. We actually, when you've got a client that happens to be this size, as a marketing advisor, you normally say to them, you know what, we give away free holidays, we've got to go to Fiji and film some TV commercials. They fell for it, so therefore we went over to places like Fiji and put together some TV commercials. There was a guy over there that was working at one of the resorts. I think you'll see we had a bit of fun with him. He was a really good sport. I think you'll enjoy this TV commercial.
I'm very upset. I swapped my home loan to the Greater and I get a free holiday to Fiji.
Want a free holiday with your home loan that can take you and your partner all the way to the fabulous Hideaway Resort in Fiji, airfares and accommodation included? Just get your home loan from the Greater Building Society.
Get the home loan from the Greater and get a free holiday to Fiji. I did.
Call the Greater on 13 13 86.
What's a home loan?
What's a holiday? And then, don't worry, I'm getting to showing you how you can get your hands on this holiday promotion in just a second. But one more thing before we do that. I can't go through one of these presentations without showing off about the fact that I convinced Jerry Seinfeld, the one and only, to become the spokesman for the Greater Building Society throughout the period that they were giving away this free holiday. So you'll see on your screen right now, I've titled that slide, The Seinfeld Wow. And I flew over to New York for 3 years in a row, and we put together a whole bunch of TV and social media commercials which featured Jerry, and this is one of them.
I'd like to talk to you about a home loan. Not for me, for you. I have a home.
Get a Getaways home loan from the Greater. It could be the most fun financial decision you'll ever make. Just ask a Greater customer.
When we shopped around for a home loan, we found the Greater had one of the lowest interest rates.
And a free holiday with over 200 choices, and there were no catches.
Get a Getaways home loan and go on a free holiday. Or loan us some money and we'll go on a holiday. Either way, someone's getting out of here.
Now, the results of that campaign with Seinfeld were absolutely spectacular because we were putting a wow factor, Jerry Seinfeld, on top of an existing wow factor, which was the free holiday. And as you'll see on your screen right now, the results were that Seinfeld's involvement, resulted in the Greater tripling its home loan market share in the first 2 years. Now, it had already gone nuts for the years previous because we'd obviously given away the free holiday and took their home loans up by billions. We're not talking millions with an M, I'm talking billions with a B, okay? Now, when I was doing the ads for the Greater, I had to have a bit of fun. I'm a bit cheeky, so therefore, when we went into some of the customers' homes and we asked them, what was the difference between the Greater and what was the holiday like and this, that and the other, the husband and wife would generally be in their kitchen or dining room and they'd give us what we needed, and at the end of it, I'd normally have a bit of a gag and say, look, I'd like to say you're the best we've ever had, and they thought I was serious, and then I'd say, no, I'd like to say that, I can't, you're awful. I'm sorry, it's sarcasm, but I was either blessed with it or cursed with it. You can make up your mind. This is the sort of bit of fun I had at the end of each of the TV commercial shoots. AM, I'd just like to say that was the best performance from anyone that we've ever had in one of these TV advertisements.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it.
No, you misunderstand me. I said I'd like to say that. I can't. You were pretty ordinary, actually. What? You're pretty ordinary. Yeah. We might have to do it all again. Crew, can we get you back again?
Who the hell's that guy?
And so as a result of being a bit cheeky, the camera crew decided to get their own back on me when we were doing the Seinfeld shoot. So this is what Jerry had to say to me.
JD, I just want to say that, you are the most professional, most competent, just best to work with marketing person I've ever worked with.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
I'd like to say that.
Right. Okay. Look, if you had that on your show reel, you'd show off about it as well. There's a few people say to me, oh, how long are you going to milk the Seinfeld thing? I went, forever. If you got to work with him for 3 years, I think you'd milk it too. It wasn't just a selfie that you see all of these other people do with a celebrity. I actually worked with him for 3 years, so forgive me if I do milk it. Look, I want to bring up on your screen right now a piece of advice, and that is if you own a business, stop discounting and offer a high value incentive that will wow your prospects, because that's what the Greater Building Society did. They stopped the discounting, which was to give a 1% honeymoon rate for the first year of your home loan and then take it up to where it was. They stopped that. They devoted that 1% honeymoon rate into a free holiday. Okay, that's what they did, and it took their business to a whole new level. Do you know that the Greater Building Society for 11 years, not once did they ever advertise a price? Can you believe a bank promoting home loans, not advertising an interest rate for 11 years? And guess what? Throughout that 11 years, they were up there with about the highest interest rates for home loans in the world because they didn't need to discount. We took their eyes off the price. Now, I want to bring up a slide which is very important, and that is research shows that the top 2 wants that people have within the next 3 months are, guess what? Vacations and money. With vacations number 1, by the way. Money comes number 2. Okay, I'm going to bring up on your screen now the drum roll. This is how you can get your hands on a holiday to Fiji, to Bali, to Phuket, to Koh Samui, to the Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, all of these wonderful places for just $97. So various resorts change from 4 nights or 7 night holiday. I think Bali's 7 nights, Koh Samui's 7 nights, Fiji's 4 nights and so forth. But your customers, okay, if you take this promotion, will have the choice of these incredible destinations. And by the way, whilst we say, look, it's a holiday for 2 people, most of these resorts will take 4. So you can have 2 adults and 2 children up to 12 years of age. You can see on your screen there right now, the locations are just knockout. Bali, Phuket, Fiji, Vanuatu, Koh Samui, Gold Coast, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. It's just crazy, okay? Crazy for $97. Now, you can use it either one of 2 ways. There's an instant customer bonus upon making a purchase. So if someone buys something off you that might be $1,000 or $2,000, you can say, look, here's a holiday. Or you can use it as a knockout lead generation tool, okay? It might be that you say, look, come in and do a test drive of one of our motor cars if you happen to be a car dealership, and we'll give you a free holiday. If you know that, 3 out of every 10 people who take a test drive will, buy a car and you make $10,000 out of each car, I'm sure you'd be happy to give away 10 test drive holidays at $97. Or real estate agents. I say to real estate agents, look, use it for appraisals, not listings. If you know that every, 10 listings you get 2 or 3 appraisals out of, just give away a $97 holiday. They don't know that it's $97, but you know it's $97. Give away 10 of them. It'll cost you $970, And guess what? If you get 2 or 3 listings out of that and you get $15,000 commission out of each listing, I think you'd do that like infinity forever. And so on and so forth. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you use it, but I would be using it for businesses that might have a good close rate. Like a hot water tank company said to me, look, I close 1 in 3. I said, good. Well, put a Facebook campaign on and say that you're going to give away the free holiday just for, homes obviously that have an older water tank. You'd pre-qualify them that has to be the case, because obviously if a water tank's 10 or 12 years old, you're probably going to find that it'll break within the next few years. So you would target your Facebook ads in those older suburbs, and you'll say, look, just get a health check on your water tank from us and we'll give you a free holiday. Knowing, because I said to him, how many do you close? He said, 1 in 3. I said, good. Well, in that case, that means is that 3 times $97, which is 3 health checks, that's $300. You're going to get one of them to be a sale. How much do you make out of a sale? He said, $4,000 water tank, I make $1,500, $1,600. I said, good. Now you'll make $1,200 or $1,300 because you're going to give away 3 holidays to get the one sale. But guess what? You're going to sell a lot more. And of course, absolute incredible lead gen tool if you want to use it that way. Now we have another version if you happen to be a cafe or a butcher or delicatessen or bakery that has regular small purchases. We have another version for that as well. It's called a loyalty program, and it suits businesses that have regular smaller purchases like pool cleaners or hair salons or cafes, restaurants, supermarkets, bakeries, butchers, all that sort of stuff. I won't go through the details of that right now, but essentially it's a point system. When someone actually spends $50 with you in the one transaction, they get one of these vacation certificates. They go to their phone or their computer and they just simply put in the unique code that is on that certificate. And once they actually save 20 of those unique codes, which means that they've spent 20 times $50 with you, guess what? They get the holiday. Now do the maths. 20 times $50 means that they've spent $1,000 odd with you, and you're effectively turning a 10% discount into a free holiday, because $97 happens to be 10% of the $1,000 that they've spent. And of course, it's a 10% discount on steroids, because you're turning a lame 10% discount into an incredible free holiday promotion. So do you think that's going to keep them sticky to your cafe or to your butcher or to your petrol station? I think it will. Now also we have advertising and display resources. So if you're a bricks and mortar business and you need pull-up banners or you need flags or you need display material, then we've got the opportunity for you to get those through us. And we give you free access to things like Facebook ad templates and website banners, landing pages and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that this is as done for you as possible, because we know you're busy running a business. It's pretty hard to devote time to these sorts of things, and so therefore we've purposely made it pretty much done for you. You'll see on your screen right now the flags and the bunting and all that sort of stuff that you can use if you happen to be a bricks and mortar business. Okie dokie. So therefore really that's around about it. There's not too much more to say other than it is probably the greatest draw card that I've ever seen. I've never seen anything. I've done everything. I've given away TVs, I've given away cars, washing machines, you name it. I've never seen anything that is as universally appealing to men and women and all ages as a free holiday. Just one thing before I go, when you do purchase the holidays, okay, so you'll see here that there's a clink, there's a clink in my voice. There's a link somewhere here near this video where you can click and go through to a page and get stuck into this promotion if you like. But what happens is that you basically just buy the promotion, the packages of holidays from us in a minimum quantity. You'll see that when you go through the next page. And when you do that, you'll receive accommodation vouchers, and they look like what you've got on the screen at the moment. Okay, so you'll get accommodation vouchers to the quantity that you order, and when you hand them out to your customers, they're just invited to go online and activate their holiday to any one of these 9 locations. And you'll see the 9 locations have got 4-star resorts. These are not caravan parks, by the way. These are 4-star resorts. And they're in Bali, Phuket, Koh Samui, Fiji, Vanuatu, Gold Coast. You can see it all on your screen right there. They're luxury resorts. So you're giving away something to your customers that's luxury. And let me just highlight to you, there are no timeshare presentations that your customers have to sort of sit through. There are no conditions where they've got to jump through all sorts of hoops. The reason this has come about is because resorts these days, courtesy of Airbnb coming into the market, are all running at about 70% occupancy outside of Christmas. So it means that they've got 30% of their rooms tonight vacant. Now there's nothing more perishable than a hotel room tonight. It's not like fruit, bananas, apples, oranges, where you can sell for half price in the in the shop. If it's getting near their use by date. If you've got 3 out of every 10 rooms in your resort going vacant tonight, you can't sell it tomorrow. So it's a very perishable thing. So what's happened is that our travel partners have actually negotiated with these hotels to grab the rooms, and the hotels benefit from food and beverage when people stay there. So the hotels are happy to forgo the revenue on their room because they know that when someone comes, given they've got the rooms for free, there's every chance in the world they'll probably spend more in the cafe and the restaurants and, you know, cocktails around the pool or massages or guided tours or room service. They are betting that if they give the rooms away, that they will make money up on food and beverage. So that's how it works. It's pretty simple and it's pretty logical. We help hotels fill what would be ordinarily empty rooms. They pick up on food and beverage. Now listen, before I go, let me just play this video for you because this will explain to you exactly what happens when you do order the holiday promotion through us. This particular video will show you what exactly happens to your customers when they actually get the accommodation voucher from you.
Once you've given your customer their free vacation accommodation voucher, here's how your customer can redeem their free holiday. Our business partner, Redeem Vacations, will send your customer an email confirming that your business has given them a vacation. This email will invite your customer to activate their holiday by clicking a link. When they click that link, they'll go through to a web page where they can activate their free holiday accommodation, and your customer has 7 days to activate their holiday. The reason for this is to encourage people to actually take action rather than put the holiday voucher perhaps in a kitchen drawer and forget all about it. When your customer completes their personal details and pays the relevant taxes and fees, the holiday is theirs. Now let us point out that the taxes and fees are hospitality industry standard and entail, but are not limited to, things like local tourism and bed taxes, sales tax based on the full room rate of the accommodations, travel agency fees, federal, state or local taxes, etc. And they have 18 months to travel. You'll see here that it's highlighted that they don't need to book the travel at this time. They have 18 months to lock in the exact hotel and travel dates that suit them. Whenever your customer wants to book their holiday, they simply return to the Redeem Vacations website and log in, and firstly select their preferred travel dates and then browse the available hotels for those dates. They can view the amenities and the details of the hotels that have availabilities for those preferred dates, and then they simply choose the hotel and the room type. They can review their booking details to ensure everything's correct. In other words, they can check that their booking satisfies their needs, and bingo, everything's done. They've just secured the holiday courtesy of your business. Oh, and if they'd like to review the holiday at any time, they can simply revisit redeemvacations.com and enter their email address to review the holiday details. It's as easy as that. We've made the holiday redemption process as easy as possible for your customers so that they enjoy a simple, smooth booking procedure.
And there you have it. I would urge you to, at the very least, go through to the next page and find out more about this promotion. It's a juggernaut. We've only launched it a little while ago, and we've been overwhelmed with the response. I think people realise that if it has no catches, so if there is no timeshare presentation that your customers need to sit through, if there isn't any onerous sort of hoops that they have to jump through, then it sounds too good to be true. But it is, okay? It is absolutely legitimate. The only thing, by the way, that I should point out to you is that one of the 2 adults needs to be over 21 because there are, bar fridges in the rooms and things like that. So therefore, when it comes to alcohol in some of the other countries, you need to be 21. But I think that goes without saying. So that's about it. If you'd like more information about this, or you'd like to book it and grab it before your competitors do, then just click the link above or below me here and go through the next page. Hope you enjoy.